What if the setback you're facing right now is not the end, but the setup for something far greater? What if the pain, the silence, the delay are all pieces of a divine puzzle you just can't see yet? Today, we dive deep into a truth that could change how you see your entire life. God has a bigger plan for you. You didn't stumble here by accident. This message was meant to find you. Welcome to Kunzy Podcast English, where we bring you soul-stirring stories and messages of hope, faith, and growth. Let's begin. Part 1. Trust the process, even when it hurts. Have you ever felt like your life is falling apart, even though you're doing everything right? You pray, you work hard, you try to stay positive, yet nothing seems to go your way. Doors close, people leave, plans fall apart, and in the silence you start to wonder, why is this happening to me? But here's a truth that might change how you see everything. The pain you're going through isn't the end. It's part of the process. Imagine a seed planted in the ground. It's pushed into darkness, buried in silence, left unseen. It feels like death, but it's the beginning of life. That seed must break open before it can grow. In the same way, your pain is not punishment, it's preparation. You are not being buried, you are being planted. Right now, it may feel like you're stuck, like nothing's moving, like God has gone silent. But trust this, in the silence, He's still working. He's shaping you, strengthening you, deepening your roots so you can rise stronger. Sometimes, before He gives you what you prayed for, He builds you into the person who can handle it. So don't quit just because it hurts. Don't give up just because you don't see results. The process may be slow, it may be silent, but it is sacred. One day, the pain will make sense. One day, you'll realize that what you thought was the end was actually the planting of a new beginning. Trust the process, even when it hurts. Part 2. Delays are not denials. Have you ever prayed so hard for something, waited with all your heart, and still nothing happens? Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, maybe even years. And slowly the silence begins to whisper, maybe God forgot me. Maybe this dream isn't for me. But here's the truth you need to hold on to today. A delay is not a denial. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't. God's silence is not absence. His delay is not rejection. It's preparation. Imagine a little child reaching out for a sharp knife. To them, it looks like a shiny toy. Exciting, harmless, beautiful. But the parent knows better. The parent says no. Not out of cruelty, but out of love. The parent is not rejecting the child, they're protecting them. Not no forever, but simply not yet. In the same way, sometimes God says wait. Not because He wants to hurt us, but because He loves us too much to give us something we're not ready for. Let's be real. Success without maturity can destroy you. Love without identity can confuse you. Money without wisdom can break you. That's why the delay might be the biggest blessing you never recognized. It's your training ground, your preparation room, your sacred pause. Think about baking a cake. You mix all the right ingredients, put it in the oven, and then what? You wait. You don't open the oven every 2 minutes. If you do, the cake will fall flat. It won't rise. It needs steady heat and time to become what it's meant to be. So do you. You might feel like you're stuck, forgotten, behind. But no, you are simply in the oven of transformation. God is working on your character, your strength, your faith. Not to withhold your blessing, but to ensure you can carry it and not lose yourself when it comes. And here's something deeper. God's goal isn't just to bless you. His goal is to build you. The waiting season isn't a waste of time. It's the most important part of the process, because who you become while you wait is more important than what you receive when it's over. So while you're waiting for the job, grow your skills. While you're waiting for love, build your self-worth. While you're waiting for healing, deepen your faith. Keep moving. Keep growing. Keep trusting. Because while you're waiting, God is working. And when the time is right, when you've grown into the person who can hold the blessing with both hands and a steady heart, it will come. Not rushed, not broken, but complete and beautiful, right on time. So don't confuse delay with denial. God's timing is always perfect. The waiting is not empty. It is sacred. One day soon, you'll look back and say, I'm glad it didn't happen sooner. I wasn't ready then, but now I am. Part 3. Closed doors are hidden protections. Have you ever stood in front of a door that you believed held your future, only to watch it slam shut in your face? A job you dreamed of, a relationship you gave your all to, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, suddenly gone. No explanation. No second chance. In that moment, it feels like failure, like rejection, like something's wrong with you. But what if I told you that closed door wasn't punishment, but protection? Sometimes the door doesn't open not because you're not good enough, but because God sees what you cannot. Behind that door might be heartbreak, a wrong turn, a pit you're about to fall into. So he shuts it, not to hurt you, but to rescue you. Picture this. You're walking toward a beautiful doorway. It shines, it promises, it whispers everything you think you want. But what you can't see is that just behind it lies danger, confusion, a dead end. You reach out your hand, and just before you turn the handle, it locks. You cry, you scream, you question. But what you don't realize is God just saved you. He didn't close the door to stop your destiny. He closed it to redirect it. He saw what was coming, and he loved you too much to let you walk into it blindly. Because not every door is meant for you. Not every open path is the right one. Sometimes you're banging on a door that was never supposed to be yours. And in doing so, you miss the one that is. Trying to force open the wrong door can be dangerous. Just because it glitters doesn't mean it's gold. Just because it fits your timeline doesn't mean it fits your purpose. Some closed doors are God's way of whispering, trust me, I have something better. Because here's the truth, the right door will open at the right time. Not when you beg, not when you cry, but when you are truly ready and when the place on the other side is ready for you. God isn't just the opener of doors, he's the closer too. Out of love, out of wisdom, out of protection. So if a door just slammed shut in your life, don't panic. Don't try to force it. Don't make it your identity. Instead, breathe, turn around, and trust that something better is coming. Something that aligns with your calling. Something that fits who you're becoming. Something worth the wait. Learn to be thankful for the doors that didn't open. They might be the reason you avoided pain you'll never know. They might be the very thing that kept you on track. Sometimes the greatest gift is the door God didn't let you walk through. Keep walking. He's not done yet. And one day, when the right door opens, you'll understand why all the others had to stay shut. Part 4. Your storm has a purpose. There are days when you wake up and feel like the world is caving in. Plans fall apart, relationships unravel, your job becomes uncertain, and your confidence quietly slips away. You try to hold it all together, but the more you fight, the more everything feels like it's falling apart. And in the silence of your struggle, you whisper, why me? Why is life treating me this way? But perhaps what you need is not an explanation, but a new question. Instead of asking, why me, try asking, what is this storm teaching me? Every storm in life comes with a purpose. It does not come to break you. It comes to build you. Pain is never pointless. Trials are never just punishment. They are invitations to grow, to learn, to evolve. They come to teach you how to be stronger, how to love yourself more deeply, and most importantly, how to trust the path you are on, even when it's dark and uncertain. Imagine a tree standing alone in an open field, facing powerful winds. The wind doesn't break it. It forces its roots to grow deeper into the ground. That's what makes it resilient. And just like that tree, when life pushes you to your limits, it's also giving you a chance to dig deeper into yourself. You discover strength you didn't know you had. You begin to see parts of your soul that only adversity can reveal. The darkest days often hold the greatest lessons about resilience, courage, and the real meaning of being alive. We often pray for the storm to pass, but sometimes God doesn't remove the storm. Instead, He gives you the strength to walk through it. Because what you need is not an easier life, but a stronger spirit, a grateful heart, and a faith that doesn't shake when everything else does. The storm might wound you. It might exhaust you, but it will also purify you. It will strip away what no longer serves you. The fake layers, the toxic attachments, the limiting beliefs. And when the clouds clear, you will rise. A more powerful, more authentic, more radiant version of yourself. So if you're standing in the middle of your storm, know this: you are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not broken. This storm is not a punishment. It is a preparation. It is a classroom. It is a transformation. Don't ask, why me? Ask, what am I being prepared for? Because maybe, just maybe, through this storm, God is guiding you toward a version of yourself that you never even imagined possible. And one day, you'll look back and realize the storm didn't break you. It made you. Part 5. Your pain has a purpose. There are pains that knock the wind out of your lungs, not the kind that leaves bruises on your skin, but the kind that bruises your soul, deep, silent, invisible to others. You've trusted and been betrayed. You've hoped and been disappointed. You've loved with your whole heart, only to be hurt by the one you gave it to. You've worked so hard and still came up short. And in the stillness of your sorrow, you ask, why me? Why would God allow this pain? But hear this, your pain is not meaningless. Not a single tear you've shed has gone unnoticed by God. Not a single sigh has been ignored. And no wound in your heart is too deep for Him to heal. Maybe you don't see it now, but God never wastes your suffering. He uses it, every shattered piece, to build something stronger, something wiser, something more compassionate inside you. You think you're being buried, but in truth, you're being planted. Like a seed pushed deep into the darkness of the soil, crushed under pressure, enduring time and weight and stillness, until one day it breaks open and becomes something beautiful. You're not dying. You're transforming. What you're walking through is not the end. It's the preparation. The soil might feel heavy. The dark might feel endless. But growth is happening beneath the surface. People who've known deep pain, who choose healing over bitterness, become healers. They understand what it feels like to be unseen, so they make others feel seen. They've walked through the silence of sorrow, so they know how to listen when someone cries. And maybe that's you, someone carrying invisible wounds, unknowingly becoming a light for someone else who's losing their way. God doesn't need you to be perfect. He needs you to be real. Pain breaks you open, and in that breaking, something sacred begins. That's where the transformation happens. The world doesn't need flawless people. It needs people who've bled and still choose to love. People who've fallen and still choose to stand. People like you, who are walking through the fire not to be destroyed, but to be refined. So don't be ashamed of your scars. Don't hide your hurt. Don't believe the lie that pain makes you weak, because your pain, your exact pain, is shaping you into someone stronger than you've ever been. And one day you'll look back and say, I see now. My pain had a purpose. It didn't break me. It built me. And I was never forgotten. I was chosen to be a voice of hope, a reminder of healing, and a vessel of light. Part 6, God's timing is perfect. There's a silent pressure that creeps in when you see others moving ahead while you feel stuck. You scroll through their highlight reels, the promotions, the relationships, the milestones, and something in your chest tightens. You start to question yourself. Why not me? Am I doing something wrong? Has God forgotten me? But let me tell you something that could quiet the storm in your soul. God's timing is perfect. Not early, not late, but precisely on time. You see, a seed doesn't break the surface the moment it's planted. It first sinks into the earth, disappears from view, and starts doing something we often overlook. It grows roots. Deep, invisible roots that prepare it to stand tall when the time comes. If it sprouted too early, it wouldn't survive. It would be weak, fragile, and easily uprooted by the first wind. But in the waiting, it's being strengthened. That seed is you. What if this moment, this season of stillness, isn't punishment, but preparation? What if the reason it hasn't happened yet is because something greater is being built within you? You're not falling behind. You're being positioned. You're not forgotten. You're being formed. The silence, the pause, the delay, all of it is a sacred space where character is built, faith is tested, and your foundation is made strong. But we live in a world that glorifies speed and compares timelines. It's easy to feel like you're running out of time when everyone else seems to be arriving at their destination. But their path isn't yours. Their race isn't yours. And their timing isn't meant to match yours. Don't fall into the trap of comparison. It will only rob you of peace and blur your vision. What God has written for you is unique, and when it's time, it won't be delayed by a single second. Think about this. The stars don't compete with one another. Each one shines when it's their time. The moon doesn't envy the sun. It simply waits until night falls to glow. Nature knows how to trust its own rhythm, and so should you. Your breakthrough, your moment, your answered prayer, it's not late. It's waiting for the exact moment when your roots are deep enough, your heart is strong enough, and your character is ready to carry the blessing without breaking under it. So breathe. Stop rushing the process. Stop forcing the timeline. You are not behind. You are being beautifully aligned. One day, it will make sense. The delay will reveal its wisdom. The waiting will show its worth. And when that moment comes, when the doors open, the prayer is answered, the dream is fulfilled, it will be undeniable that it came at the perfect time. Not because you forced it, but because God knew you were finally ready. Part 7, trust the process. Even when you don't understand it. There are moments in life when nothing makes sense. The road ahead is foggy, your prayers seem unanswered, and the pain doesn't come with an explanation. You try to be strong, try to keep faith, but deep inside, you're tired of pretending that everything is okay. You ask, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? Where is God in all of this? And silence answers back. But here's the truth. Even when it doesn't make sense, even when the pain is deep and the path unclear, you are still in the middle of a divine process. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it isn't working for your good. Trust isn't about having all the answers. It's about choosing to believe, even when all you have is a whisper of hope. Think of gold. It's valuable, but only after it's been through fire. Without the heat, the impurities stay hidden. It's the fire that reveals what needs to be removed and what's meant to remain. That's what life's trials do. They don't come to destroy you. They come to refine you, to make you stronger, wiser, purer. But that process is painful and often misunderstood. And what about the caterpillar? When it crawls into its cocoon, everything around it stops. To the outside world, it looks like nothing is happening. But inside, transformation is taking place. Its old self is breaking down. New wings are forming. A new life is being shaped in silence. You might feel like that caterpillar right now, wrapped in darkness, motionless, uncertain. But you are not stuck. You are evolving. Don't rush the process. Don't curse the darkness. Don't lose heart just because you can't see the outcome. Some of God's greatest work happens in silence, in the hidden, in the waiting. When you're being reshaped, it often feels like you're being broken, but that breaking is birthing something new inside you. You're not being forgotten. You're being prepared. Faith is not just for the moments when everything is going well. Faith is for the confusion, the heartbreak, the delays, the losses. Faith says, even if I don't see it, I believe something good is coming. Even if I don't understand it, I trust the one who does. So hold on, breathe, keep showing up, keep moving forward. One day when you look back, everything will make sense. You'll see the fire didn't burn you. It refined you. The silence wasn't empty. It was sacred. The waiting wasn't wasted. It was preparation. And all along, even when you couldn't feel him, God was there, shaping something extraordinary within you. No matter what you're going through, the pain, the disappointment, the exhaustion, trust that it's part of a greater plan, a beautiful journey that God is unfolding in your life. You don't need to understand it all. You don't need to see the ending to keep moving forward. Let go of the pressure to figure everything out. Just stay faithful. Stay grounded in the little steps, day by day. Because even when it feels like nothing's changing, something is. You are being shaped, strengthened, and prepared for what's ahead. Your story is not over. In fact, the most powerful chapters are still unwritten. So don't give up. Don't lose heart. And if this message spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like the video, subscribe to Kunzy Podcast English, and turn on the bell, because your soul deserves to be reminded every day that this pain has purpose, that your journey matters, and that you are never alone.